What am I most afraid of? Okay, I know people oh, Brett's a fear facer. Brett goes out and dances in public. Brett goes out and talks to random girls in public or dances or I don't know, whatever, all that stuff on my Instagram. But like, what is he afraid of? What is he afraid of? So this is an easy one. I'll give you like my real answer and then like my kind of fake answer that I tell people. So my fake answer that I tell people is sharks. I'm definitely afraid. I hate sharks. I know they're beautiful creatures. I actually know that they don't intend to harm humans and they only eat people, when they think they're a seal. They don't actually want to kill humans. But I don't know. I've seen too many shark movies. I'm like, if I go in the water, like I gotta be in a shark cage or something. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm definitely afraid of sharks. I hate sharks. I hate them. But so that's what I'm fake afraid of. What I'm actually afraid of, if I'm being real, is I'm afraid that if I express myself as I really authentically am, I won't be accepted for that person. And that's a deep fear that I have, is the feeling of being rejected when I express myself, when I express an emotion, a thought, an action, a behavior as I really am. And if I don't get positive feedback, let's say, there's a pattern inside of me that sometimes comes up where I feel kind of hurt and rejected. And I hate that feeling. So that's really what I'm most afraid of, is doing everything that I'm doing to be accepted by others and to accept myself and to just not be loved. We just got deep. So that's that. That's one. Cool. Question: what do I do in Bali? Like, do you just travel around and eat, drink coconuts, and how do you pay for all this? Is really the main question people are asking, which I get because I haven't always been super open about how I make money online. It just hasn't been something I've talked about. I prefer to talk about mind, emotions, following our dreams. Money just hasn't come up, but I'm noticing it come up more and more from people asking me the questions, so maybe I'll start to talk about it more. So I moved to Bali 6 months ago, but for 3 months prior to that, I had started an online business, and I did this because the pandemic hit. There's no more work, so I'm like, I gotta make money online. And I tried a few times in the past, they all failed. But this last time had worked. It was a slow start, getting things going. We made a little bit of money, we lost some money, made a little bit of money, lost some money, and then just over the last few months has my income started to grow, especially in recent days. And I do that through online coaching and accountability coaching. So it's basically a coaching and accountability business. It helps people become more confident, but really to face their fears. What I realized was that everybody knows what they need to do, everybody knows what they should do, but almost nobody does it. How many people do you know have been saying they're going to go on a diet to lose the weight? How many people do you know say they're going to stop smoking or start a new habit or something? Everybody has these things they should do. I do too. But oftentimes we don't do them. So what does it take to do them? Doing them. But what drives that? Emotion. Emotion drives everything. And it definitely drives discipline, grit, determination. These are non-cognitive skills that I'm realizing are way more important than knowing a strategy on how. I've had someone who was overweight. He's like, I don't know how to lose weight. I'm like, dude, you just got to start moving your body and stop shoveling food down your throat. That's really harsh. That's what I was thinking. I know it goes deeper than that, but the truth is, it's that simple to just put the fork down. So why don't people do it? There's other factors involved. It's emotion. So the business is basically to train emotion into people that give them the confidence and strength, self-belief, and determination and grit to follow through on what they know they should be doing. So that's that. So I've been very open on my Instagram and my TikTok about a binge eating disorder that I used to have. This binge eating disorder is long gone in my life now. No longer affects me, no longer comes up for me. And the reason that is because I did something very specific to make sure that it never came up again. Because if you've ever experienced an eating disorder, like overeating to a point where it's just super unhealthy, you know how painful that is mentally and emotionally. You don't really care about your body, you just care that like you're doing it, you feel guilty, you hate yourself for doing it. These are very common amongst people that have had this. So, super crappy thing, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but just know that the way that I got over this is the question I get asked, is I had to focus on the emotion, I had to focus on what happens, what are my triggers before a binge eat, because what I realized was stress triggered it, feeling guilty triggered it, feeling bored triggered me to eat, and once I ate, I felt guilty, I would eat more. So what I realized was this: all I had to do was change the emotion before I would eat, and I would stop. For example, I would have the urge to binge eat, but instead of thinking about it, should I do it, should I not, trying to push against the urge, I would just completely change my body, go, woo! I'd jump out, or I'd make a joke or something like that, something funny, crazy. And it would just pop me out of that state. I'd be a totally different state. Because you and I both know we're completely different people when you're angry or when you're happy. You treat people very differently. So the state of being that we're in is very important to determine our behavior. And I noticed that when I would make myself laugh or have like any of these high vibes, overeating was never a question. It was when I was in the low vibes that I would do that. And that's true for all of us. At least most of us. I shouldn't say all. It's a strong word, but most people I've spoken to. So that's how I got over that. And that's true for any habit or any behavior you want to stop. Focus on the emotion first, change that, and you'll be able to change the habit or whatever it is you want to fix. So thank you so much for watching. This was the very first Q&A session that we've done. And it's funny, I was talking to Jansen, I was like, I guess this is the first show that we're doing. And the idea came, boom, it was taken action on. So a Q&A show. Drop any questions that you want me to answer next week below. DM me, TikTok, Instagram, and I'll make sure that they get answered for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.